equals.
Well, yeah, I hope this function is so good that it cures cancer. And if it's not, I'll be really disappointed.
The square root of x minus 3. Alright, so before we begin on this, just contemplate the domain of the function here.
Can't be a negative layer.
Yeah, it can't be a negative. So it would be,
Something has gone terribly awry. Alright, I think it's all better now, except
I'm sorry.
you shrunk.
Lily?
Alright,
Sorry, it's not.
I don't think it was you. I think it was the movie coming to life and killing everything in its path.
So would it be like 3 comma infinity?
No, because you can have a 3. 3 minus 3
Well,
is
she
0.
didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't say whether or not she was going to bracket her 3 or parenthesize
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry, I jumped to conclusions. You can have a 3 if you do the thing. But not the thingy. Not this.
No brackets.
That.
Yeah, you can have brackets.
No.
Because
Or, yeah.
you can have the square root of 0. So,
Write it down, and then I'll buzz you out if you're wrong. Excellent. Now, what is the range of this thing?
range. It still couldn't be negative, right?
But it can be 0.
It definitely can't be negative, because when we write square root as a function, we are automatically assuming we are taking positive square roots.
So it would be the same thing.
Not quite. Can we get 0 out of that? Remember, the range is what's going to come out.
0, comma, 3, comma, infinity.
So it would be
0.
Listen, Cooper, think for yourself.
Whoa, wait.
Okay. Range. That's P.
Right, we know the lowest value of our range is.
So would
0.
it be 0 in brackets, 3 in brackets? But that implies that it's everything between 0 and 3. And that's not right.
That is not right. It's everything between 0 and what?
0 and infinity? Okay.
Yep. This thing looks like this. Grows very slowly, but like if I want to get 1,000,000 out of that, I just have to plug in like 1,000,000 squared.
Okay.
Okay, now that tells us something about our inverse function, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we know we're going to have an inverse function that has a domain of 0 to infinity and a range of 3 to infinity.
Okay.
All right, but now we want to go ahead and find a formula for said inverse function. So have at it.
Do I use the graphing calculator? No.
You're going to do some algebra to find its formula.
Oh, yes, you switch. Okay, yeah, I got it. Sorry, my mind blanked
That
there.
is okay.
Oops. Equals y minus 3. Well, you could square each side.
You could indeed.
Oh my god.
Cooper, stop talking. Just kidding. Love you, Cooper.
Love you too, Lily. Even though you hit me on a daily basis.
I don't hate you on a
And you
daily
say I'm
basis.
crazy.
You are crazy.
And you doubt my sanity.
I
Just make
doubt
sure
your
you can still
sanity.
feel pain.
So, you want to get y by itself, so you add 3 to each side. So
Oh
it's
my god,
x
look at
squared
that.
plus 3 equals y.
High five.
Alright, there is your inverse function. Now, ignoring what we did up in the right-hand corner, where we established something about the domain and range of this function, just look at its formula. Based on its formula, what would you say its domain is?
0, comma, infinity. Well,
You can 0 squared plus 3. So
Yes, can I do negative 5 squared plus 3?
yes. So it
Yeah.
would be infinity.
Comma
Infinity.
Yeah,
So
this
all
is
real
just
numbers.
a nice polynomial function. It appears that its domain is all real numbers. What would its range be?
Range would be all real numbers as
Yeah.
well. Oh, it
No.
would be all positive numbers.
Even particular, can I get 2 out of that thing?
Everything greater
No.
than 0.
Everything greater than 3.
Everything greater than or equal to 3.
Yeah.
So should I
I'm
write
at
this
3.
down?
So you can write the range down because that worked out nicely for us. The range of that is everything greater than or equal to 3.
so it's 3.
It's that.
Yeah, that one worked just fine for us.
But the range.
The domain, however, is slightly different. The domain, it inherits some restrictions from its original function, right? We know its domain has to be 0, infinity. Because
Okay.
even though it looks from the formula like the domain should be something greater, what happens is, let me pull up the graphing calculator here.
Doesn't it have to be restricted because it's the inverse of the other function?
Exactly, right. We're talking about this in a very specific context. We're talking about it as the inverse of a function that we know. So our original function is the square root of, is it just x minus 3?
That's x. X minus 3. Correct.
Alright, so there's its graph. It starts at 3 and goes on to infinity, which means that to talk about its inverse, we're only talking about stuff that exists over here. Only these x values can be part of the domain of the, only these y values that we get from 0 on can be part of the domain of the other function. So, and the reason why is we need to be able to compose these two together. So, since we're doing that, if we start plugging in negative values, weird things can happen. Alright, so this inherits a restriction based on this. This restricts this is going to take years. Especially if I keep doing that.
Just write cursive.
F inverse.
My fingers.
Okay.
I got blisters on my